What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the 19th and the second to last episode of the Path to Knife series. It is the second to last not because the next week we're going to have the finale, but after a little bit of pause we're going to have the final episode. Just because this series has gone for quite a long time and I think we need something new. That is exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk how I'm going to change things up, I'm going to talk about future strategies, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the progress we've had in this journey. First of all, I want to talk about this series and YouTube. If you remember, it has started out as a cool concept, but a very poor implementation on my side. I mean, yeah, hearing some random numbers for 4 minutes in a row was not the most interesting thing to listen to. So I'm really thankful to Cole for reaching out to me and suggesting that I think about making it more interesting. Because I started doing that, I started thinking of ways to make the series more interesting, and I think we've had a decent progress in terms of that. I've started talking more about my experiences, my losses, my gains, and every strategy that I was implementing, every issue that I was encountering, every market crash that I was going through, and so on. Here we actually are on my second account. I have got only 45 euros in cash right now. All the money that I have is currently in items. I have 16 items for sale and I also have a few in my inventory. The majority of these items have actually been for sale for more than 1 week already. I had to take them down from sale and then list them back up for a lower price, for like a few cents lower, but that is a normal thing. So lately I've been kind of thinking. The idea is that I purchase the dream knife, the Paracord Knife Slaughter, in field tested condition, wait 1 week, trade it to my main account and then sell it for a profit on there and continue flipping with more money on there to get a bigger objective. But now that these items have been in my possession for more than a week now, I can actually take them down from sale, send them over to my main account and continue flipping on there. You might think that is not fair if I do that, but the thing is, today I actually calculated how much all my items are worth and it is a total of 292 euros. That was a profit of 27.58 euros in the past week. If I trade off my items to the main account, continue flipping on there, I will earn more than I would have earned on this account. And technically I've already reached the goal, because the Paracord Knife Slaughter which I'm trying to buy is at 286 euros buy order, which is not really a problem. All I need is a bunch of time. But what I'm going to do is use other money that I have available in order to buy this knife. Because right now on my Stronger 2 account I have a bunch of items which will be sold in the course of a few weeks. And if I want to do it exclusively on the Stronger 2 account, I would have to wait that much time. And it would also mean that I'm not allowed to buy anything, because then I would have to wait even longer for those items to sell. And since I'm not allowed to buy anything, I'm gonna miss out on so much profit. That is exactly why I want to trade everything to my main account, buy the knife here because I actually have the funds, I just sell some investments, buy the knife, and the series will be over. I can do that next week probably, maybe in 2 weeks. I think that is the right course of action for me because I'm not planning to stop on this knife, I'm just planning to buy it, use it a little bit and then flip it. Yeah, so what is that next goal that I'm trying to go through? Well, as you remember, last week I did a poll and I also included it in the last week's video, but this time there is far more votes, so I can say with certainty the majority prefer the car. And I think that is a decent thing to go for. Though I will talk about the terms and conditions for the car in the episode where I'm going to start that series, because there is a bunch of stuff to cover and I guess it just doesn't fit into this episode. Okay, now let's talk about future strategies. There is a couple of main ones that I want to implement. First one is going ahead and flipping items from different games. Not just games like CSGO, Team Fortress, Dota 2, but also Rust, Depth and other games that have really profitable items. And I know what you're gonna say.
But Daniel, they have a 7-day market cooldown.
Yes, I know. And I'm going to work with that, not against that. And I really don't think that is an impediment. Lately, I've been flipping stickers that either way they're gonna stay in my inventory for 7 days. So why not just go ahead and start flipping Rust items? Why not go ahead and flipping Warframe items, Depth items, whatever other games there are? I don't even know all of them, there is so many games. But they all have profitable items, or even H1Z1, they have pretty good items as well. And I think the more money you start getting, the more you can expand into other games, into other markets and start profiting in more places than one. Another strategy which I'm going to incorporate into this one is going to be trading with other marketplaces. I'm going to do it on Skinport, who I'm also sponsored by, and yeah, I'm just starting to flip items on their website, and obviously it takes a while because of the 7-day trade cooldown. But once I've done a decent amount of profit and see how good it is, I'm going to make a video about it. Obviously, I'm not going in blindly. I've already made a path, a plan that I'm gonna follow, and so far it seems possible, but that's in theory. So I have to now test it out in practice. I have to see if my plan is gonna work, and I think it will. So far I've done the profit cycle only once, but I'm gonna do it a bunch more times so you guys can see that it actually works many times. You don't have to be lucky or anything like that. But yeah, you're gonna see more about that in a future video. I'm talking about this because this is a future strategy that I'm going to implement into my flipping series. This is gonna be a part of how I make my profit. So this is why I think it is important to talk about it. Also because I feel like addressing this, there is plenty of people that don't quite understand what is the purpose of flipping. They always compare it to the job, and obviously the job is always gonna be better. I never said this is a replacement for a job. It can be if you have the right amount of knowledge and the right amount of money. But unless you have a few thousand euros invested into the market, you're not gonna make more than a minimum wage job. So yeah, if you can get a job, you should go get a job. There is no way that it's gonna be better for you. But as I've already mentioned a bunch of times in previous episodes, flipping is a hobby. It's something you do like video games. People play video games for 2-3 hours in the evening just to relax. And that's exactly how I flip. I just flip to relax. I just put some relaxing music, list some buy orders, list some items for sale, and that's it. Like, I actually used to play video games all day, 8 hours a day, and when I started flipping, I had so much more fun on the market than just playing video games. So I just stopped playing video games altogether because it was just not really fun for me. Of course, at the same time, I consider this kind of flipping, investing on the Steam community market to be very educational for a lot of people. There's many people who are too young to know anything about money. At 15, 16, I would take all the money that I had and go and buy candy. That's what I did. I would not invest anything. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that possibility. And there is so many people of that age that follow my channel, even younger, even older, doesn't matter, but they started investing, they started educating themselves about money, they started getting interested about it. So it is not just a hobby for them, it is more of an experience that will also influence their lives. You might not make that connection straight away, but look at this. You can buy play skins in CSGO that will not rise in price, that will actually fall in price over the time, but they look good. This is the equivalent of buying nice cars that look good, or the equivalent of buying nice clothes that look good. People that buy those things usually make bad financial decisions. Unless they can afford like 10 of them, then it's kind of reasonable to buy something like that. But otherwise, it is not a smart decision in life to go ahead and buy the nicest car you can afford. That would be really stupid for an adult to do. And the same thing in CSGO. If you just go ahead and buy the most expensive skin you can afford, that skin is most likely going to depreciate in value if you didn't look into it too much, and you're gonna lose money. Another similarity I would say is spending Steam money on opening capsules, opening cases. In real life there is obviously gambling, but there is also stuff like spending money on expensive food, going out at restaurants, drinking lots of alcohol, which is really expensive. All that I would say is pretty similar to opening cases, even though it is not gambling. I think a lot more people have learned to be frugal, to resist and not impulse buy whenever they feel like it. So that skill is going to be very useful for you in the future if you want to make correct financial decisions. By the way, I also thought you would be interested to hear that I have a second YouTube channel, this one right here. Over there I have a few videos already, but next video I'm going to post my first video about YouTube. I'm going to talk about the journey so far, the ups and downs, what I've learned, and perhaps if you guys want to start a YouTube channel as well, I think that is going to be very useful for you. But yeah, now I'm going to actually go ahead and transfer the items from my Stalker 2 account to my main one and start selling them on there. The next episode, the 20th, is going to be the final episode for the Pass to Knife series, and I'm going to show you the knife in game. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But in the meanwhile, I will start a new series where I'm going to use all the money that I have on Steam, all the sources of income that I have on Steam as well, and I'm going to put them together to try and get a car in about 1.5 years. I think that is when I'm going to get the car. Of course, you can leave your suggestions for any car you like in the comments. Obviously not too expensive because I don't want to bankrupt myself by buying a car, but I'm going to consider every single option that you leave in the comments, and I will reply to every single one of your comments. I want to say a big thank you to you guys for helping me reach 4,000 subscribers. It's been quite a journey so far, but I'll keep improving and making good content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.